Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am riding this. This is the Royal Enfield Classic 350 BS6 model and it looks identical to the BS4 model. Yeah, nothing has changed as such. Now this is of course the chrome color, so you can see a bit of my reflection as well. The motorcycle obviously has the retro charm and is Royal Enfield's top selling model. Looks actually quite nice for those who dig retro, and the chrome has been done pretty nicely on this with these golden stripes which also look really nice. Of course everything is halogen on this motorcycle. There's this cap which the headlight wears for reasons best known to the cap actually, and you get spoke wheels, CA tires, tire sizes 19, 19, 19 up front, and there is of course the reflector on the side. But there are subtle changes on this motorcycle which you have to really notice. Firstly, there's an additional catalytic converter to make it meet BS6 emission norms. There's this plate here so that the rider does not burn his leg. And of course, the exhaust is also slightly longer. Says Classic 350 here. This actually opens and there is a little bit of storage space. I think it opens on both the sides. One side it is storage space. The other side, of course, it is I think for the filter. Now this particular motorcycle which we're riding today actually gets the touring accessory kit, which means that it gets these bags. I think it can hold around maybe 10, 12, 15, 16 liters. Something more whereabouts, I don't remember. It closes with a D-ring. Says Royal Enfield right there. You can actually remove this and use it as a backpack. I kid you not. You can use it as a backpack. But because obviously it's mounted on the motorcycle, it's become very dirty. So your bag is also going to become really very dirty. And yeah, it says here touring. So the touring seat is slightly harder so that your butts don't sink inside. Instead, they feel comfortable after a long ride. And at the rear, it's the same round theme with no LEDs. Everything is halogen, of course. And says RE right there. Let's open this at the moment. Actually, Dhanan has been very cunning to close it, but we'll still open it. Yeah, he's hidden some stuff inside which I can't show you, but I'll still try to show you. Okay, there I can see it. Well, there's nothing as such. But yeah, this is actually quite practical, but I think it will cost quite a bit. Unfortunately, we've not got the price of the same. Now, from the other side, everything is the same other than the fact that obviously you have got the gear lever here. It's on the main stand. It gets a side stand as well. And these are the pegs for the pillion, pegs for the rider, gear lever. Crash guard is also present on this motorcycle, which I believe is part of accessories. And there you can see the frame of the motorcycle. The engine, of course, the springs for the seat, and the tank actually looks quite nice. Now, will this come in my hand? If it does, I'm very disappointed in 2020. No, it does not. That's really nice. So little bit amends here and there which have happened over time. The bike is a little wet, but again you get round mirrors, and this thing has a cap at the moment because in rains now this thing actually fogs up with the rain. So I'll just remove it and show it to you. Yep, that is the speedometer of this motorcycle, and the instrument cluster has nothing. There's a speedometer, there's an odometer inside, and of course there is a low fuel warning indicator. Yeah, low fuel warning indicator. It does not have a fuel indicator. So let's put the key inside. Faisal, this is where you put the key, not in the fuel lid. And let's turn on the motorcycle. There, it makes some noise to tell you it's active. ABS light also comes here. Yeah, it's got dual channel ABS. Let's turn on the motorcycle. Before that, let me show you the switch gear. Obviously indicator button. This is for the horn, which is decently loud, and this is the pass by. Low beam, high beam, engine kill switch. Wow. And let's turn on the motorcycle right away. There it rose to life. Look at the lights. Yeah, indicators on at the moment. The light is decently bright, but not the most brightest. No, the brightest at night as such. And you've got pilot lamps there. Let's come to the rear too, where you can see the rear lights. Okay, the motorcycle actually sounds more refined than before, but let's do one thing. Let's rev it a bit. Yeah, the vibrations are there, but let's get riding right away. Alright, we are all set to go, which means turning on the motorcycle, and there, rose to life, out of the main stand, into first gear. Yeah, pegs are quite ahead, and off we go. First and foremost, this motorcycle feels much more refined than before, but trust me on this, it does not like the high end of the rev range. So it's very nice and comfortable lower down, but as soon as you push it harder now, it feels very uncomfortable. So that's what we are going to be doing. We are going to be riding it how it's meant to be ridden, which is thoda aaram se, because this is how a Royal Enfield motorcycle should be ridden. Ekdam aaram se, without any urgency, because that's where it performs flawlessly well. Now of course there are a ton of changes on this motorcycle in terms of the engine, because now it complies with BS6 emission norms, and because the additional catalytic converter, it has become so much more smoother. And Royal Enfield has also updated the brakes of this motorcycle, and somehow it just is so much smoother in that sense as well, because yeah, the brakes perform better on this machine. You have to actually ride the torque curve, but torque output is remained the same at 20.8 Newton meters, which is actually a good thing. What is not a good thing though is the fact that Royal Enfield has actually decreased the power by almost 1 horsepower. Earlier it was 19.8, now it is 19.1. So power has actually gone down. Braking performance is improved from before, and it's got dual channel ABS as well. Weight has also gone up, but it's always been a heavy motorcycle. Weighs 194 kgs or whereabouts. The feel of this motorcycle is just something else. If you enjoy this kind of a motorcycle, you will love the Royal Enfield Classic 350. Of course, Royal Enfield is working on an all new platform, and that new platform will lend it better dynamics hopefully, and less vibrations, because the vibrations are a lot and you can feel that vibration as soon as you get into the top end of the rev range. Ground clearance is decent. Yeah, the bike feels heavy to maneuver, and it takes a lot of time to reach 100 km per hour, although it's become faster than before somehow. So it is taking almost 25 seconds to go from 0 to 100 km per hour. 2 seconds faster than before, but that is a lot of time. You really need a big open stretch of road and ready to bear the vibrations to actually go that hard and fast, because the vibes come, and they come in plenty. It's a little difficult to maneuver this motorcycle because it takes some effort to maneuver it because of its weight, which is on the higher side of course. But once you get used to it, you will enjoy riding this motorcycle very calmly and sanely without having to push it hard, because that's a place where it just does not enjoy. It just feels out of place being revved hard unnecessarily. Now this is a 349cc motor, single cylinder. Oh my god, I can feel the vibes on the pegs, I can feel it on the handlebar, I can feel it on the seat. It's a nice vibration to the balls, which feels pleasurable actually. What am I talking? Into second gear. No, I'm not in second, I'm probably into third gear. I don't know, I don't care, because what is the gear, what is the RPM is not what's important on this motorcycle. What's important though is the feel. The feel is great. The feel of riding something macho, muscular, and having a completely kick-ass soundtrack is also amazing. Although now it sounds a little bit more silent, but still it's quite loud. It still has the feel, although that's dulled a bit. The mirrors are not offering me much, in spite of the fact that they're aftermarket mirrors, you can adjust them, but I can only see my arms and the jacket, and this being the new jacket, I don't mind seeing it at all. However, the view could be better. I can't see a thing in front of me, so we're going to open the visor. Listen to this. Yeah, that's it. It feels dead near the red line, but gives you a nice push in the mid-range. Yeah, mid-range punch is really nice, but you know, the overall rev range is very short. So it revs, I think, maybe 6000 RPM or so. That's very small a rev range. That's why it's like redlining in no time at all. Before you think of it, it is already redlining, so you need to shift gears fast. Yeah, shifting gears quickly is the mantra here to ride this Royal Enfield Classic 350. And now the 500 is gone. It's a unit construction engine, which actually changed the game for Royal Enfield when it was launched, I think maybe 10-12 years back. People love the character of this engine, and Royal Enfield will obviously retain that character when they come up with the updated version of the Classic 350, rather the next generation of the Classic 350. The character of this engine and the character of, oh my god, the brakes feel really hard, although the clutch is on the lighter side. Yeah, the brakes feel really hard. We are into first gear right now. Yeah, we are in first gear. Horn feels good. You know, you don't have to worry about honking because people anyways move out of your way. So very calm motorcycle to ride. I mean, a motorcycle to be ridden calmly, not calm in that sense. And here we are into first gear. First gear actually takes you till 40 km per hour. Into second gear, you see that pushback because the mid-range punch is really very nice. 70 km per hour almost in third gear. I think I'm missing some gears already. We are in fourth. It is doing 90. The struggle is real. Into fifth. Yeah, we're in top gear right now. Sorry, I've messed up the gears, what I was talking, but I just cannot understand the gearing as such. No tachometer on offer. But honestly, all this is not important at all. You have to brake when you're coming around a corner, although because of the weight, it does maintain its line, but it's not a motorcycle which likes to be flicked hard and fast. It's about calmness, okay? It is heavy, you can feel that weight, but you also enjoy it. I mean, yeah, you just enjoy the journey. That is the beauty of the Royal Enfield Classic 350. It still has a lot of shortcomings, like braking performance could have definitely been better. You can pick it up higher up in a gear. You don't have to always downshift to a lower gear. That's also a good thing, but trust me on this, okay? This motorcycle needs a lot of improvement in many areas, but people will not complain about it. I will complain about it because I know it costs rupees 2 lakhs depending on the variant you choose. So between 1,91,000 something about that to 2,03,000 depending on the color. So yeah, for a more expensive color you pay more. Obviously for a more expensive color only you'll pay more now. For a less expensive color you won't pay more now. Yeah, but you pay more for color. Classic chrome looks absolutely dapper. I'm enjoying the feel of this motorcycle. The vibrations, yeah, you enjoy it sometimes. You get a nice massage on multiple places. Okay, doggy, relax, don't worry. It's just a Royal Enfield. I'm not scaring you. I'm not running away with the money. All right, here we are into Why do I get the gears wrong? Okay, we are in first gear again. Here we go. The rev range is so short now. I mean, there's no lag as such, but there's a nice mid-range punch. In the mid-range now, it absolutely takes off with a fisted punch. That's a Land Cruiser. That's a Land Cruiser. Forget the Land Cruiser. Hey buddy, what's up? Where are you going? I don't know where she's going. Here we are into first gear, and left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle, revving the motor. You know what, just revving it, you have already reached places because it makes that much amount of sound. Here we are, and off we go. I put it in neutral. You are so foolish, Faisal. Here we are in first gear, and off we go. Pegs are very front set, huh? That's about it. It doesn't enjoy being pushed hard. It shouldn't be pushed hard because this is not the nature of this motorcycle. The nature of this motorcycle is just enjoying the ride. This motorcycle is part of the ride. It is not the ride. Wherein other motorcycles, probably they are the ride. This is the experience, and as an experience, people are willing to pay for it. I might not be one of those who would, but still, for most, this is actually a very fun motorcycle to ride because of the character on offer, and that's what Royal Enfield has done brilliantly well. They've given a motorcycle with a different kind of character, not the same smooth, refined stuff. Okay, obviously it gets a long stroke engine. That is one of the reasons for the character as well. I want to take a U-turn. I'm going to go ahead and take a U-turn so that it makes it easy for me. Yeah, turning radius is a lot actually for someone as light as me, but if you are heavy and once you get used to the motorcycle, you can actually curtail the vibrations on this machine with your adipose tissues, and that is a nice discovery which I made. Very scientific. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. If you liked it, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. Ride quality is actually quite nice, huh? Ride quality is good, but the handling isn't. Well, that's something we knew already. So what's new about it? Bye bye. I forgot to tell you that the high speed stability is unbelievably good on this machine because it doesn't reach high speeds. Okay, top speed is around 120 kilometers per hour about. That's about it. Tires don't offer much grip as such, but yeah, I'm behind this bird. I don't know why I'm behind her. Shifting to a motorcycle which is twice as fast, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in around 12 seconds. This one takes 25 seconds. When you turn it off, it's like somebody just turned off everything.